So why are you guys here tonight?
See Andrew.
See Andrew, to see a change.
Yes.
To see a different direction, to see the right direction for the state. I was bred and born in New Hampshire, and I say it every time I get in front of a group, how much I appreciate that. My parents wisely chose this state. My dad was from West Virginia, my mom was from Massachusetts. I was bred to be a liberal Democrat. But they decided to move all of us here and make sure each one of us was born in New Hampshire. My dad served in the military here and knew what New Hampshire meant. And this individual I'm going to introduce you to next also knows what New Hampshire means to all of us and what it can mean again to the country. Because when New Hampshire leads, we are a better country. And when we have a governor that leads from the front and not from behind, we're a better state. So the bio reads like this for Andrew. Andrew is a tech entrepreneur. Boy, is he that. He is great at that. And he's helped many of us understand how that is important in this day and age. He's a Republican activist and a native of New Hampshire. He's a vocal leader of the Republican ideals of the Granite State and has spent the past several years working to spread a message of fiscal restraint and individual freedoms.
Yes, that's Andrew! Yes! Yes!
Andrew is the founder and chief political innovator officer at the new company Grassroots, a web-based fundraising tool being used by Republican candidates across the country. That's what he does. He thinks where the problem is and he comes up with solutions. In the political realm, Andrew has served as the New Hampshire State Director for the Newt Gingrich presidential campaign. I served on that with him. He asked me to join. It was the most fun I had had on a campaign ever.
Till this one.
Okay. For those of you who might have missed this, but the rest of the country didn't, he organized the first ever U.S. presidential primary Twitter debate in 2011. It was great. And it showed what we can do when we think. And he successfully led, and this was wonderful, he successfully led the charge against the state LLC tax. Remember that?
Yeah.
Andrew got Democrats and Republicans together so that they could strengthen the business community. When not involving himself in political activities and running his businesses, Andrew enjoys time with his wife Katie and his two children Morgan and Connor at their home in Bristol.
Yay, Katie! Yay, Katie!
Ladies and gentlemen, this individual I'm going to introduce to you, many of you know him as a friend, many of you know him as a colleague, many of you have gotten to know him as a mentor, but very shortly this state is going to know him as the next governor of New Hampshire. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Andrew Hemingway!
You folks ready to take back New Hampshire? I'll tell you, I'm sick and tired of Democrat policies wrecking this state and leaving more people unemployed, more people uninsured. I'm sick of it, and that's why I'm running for governor. And I'm happy and excited tonight to announce to you that I am officially declaring my candidacy for governor. I am running for governor because I believe that our state motto, live free or die, is much more than just a catchy marketing slogan. It's much more than just something we can stamp onto license plates. Rather, it is a statement of principle. It is woven into the very fabric of our state. We are the live free or die state.
Right. Woo! Yeah.
Yet today we find ourselves very far from where we started as a state. How far have we drifted from when General John Stark penned those words? Very far. Over the last 10 years, we have seen massive expansion of regulations, budgets, taxes. And we all know that when government expands, individual and economic freedom decrease.
That's right.
That's right.
How did we go from the live free or die state to a state with some of the highest tax rates, some of the lowest test scores,
Apathy.
and some of the highest insurance premiums in the country? How did this happen?
Bad management.
Very simply, we have allowed outside influences to determine our priorities. We have elected governors who have lacked the courage to challenge the status quo. Lobbyists, crony corporations, and the federal government have co-opted the corner office of New Hampshire. And our status quo governor is unwilling to challenge these forces as she has her eyes set on a U.S. Senate seat and is going to need all the help that she can get.
Yeah. Where's that?
It is the responsibility of our governor to set responsibilities, to identify priorities, goals, and the direction of our state. And that's why tonight I am proposing a solutions first platform. It's time we put solutions first and politics last. There are 3 specific areas that my platform will cover. They begin with patients first. A healthcare policy with a set of legislative proposals that will remove the bureaucrat from your doctor's office and put you, the patient, in control of your healthcare. A platform that will put your doctor to work for you and not for the insurance company. That rewards healthcare providers for clear, competitive pricing. That will incentivize innovation around treatments and medications. That will reward nonprofit healthcare providers who are serving the greater good by helping those who others won't.
That's right.
A healthcare platform that will reject federal dollars, federal priorities, and federal health insurance boondoggles. See, our status quo governor has decided that Washington knows better how to manage you and your family's health care than you do. And even now, after months and months of examples of what a catastrophic mistake Obamacare is, our status quo governor pushes for Obamacare expansion.
Head in the sand.
Join with me in telling our status quo governor to reject Washington's priorities and to put the patients of New Hampshire first.
That's right.
Yes.
And what about our students? What about education in New Hampshire? My platform is designed to empower students, engage parents, and to reward teachers.
That's right.
We will embrace school choice and alternative schooling methods. We will leverage technology. Yes, no Common Core. We will leverage technology to open students to possibilities beyond what the local school could reasonably offer. We will amplify parents' voices so that they finally have a greater influence on our school system. We will pay the best teachers more for their effort, and we will incentivize others to improve.
That's good.
Good.
We will ensure that students are competent at real-life skills and not just taking tests. Education spending over the last 10 years has increased by over $1 billion. What have the taxpayers of New Hampshire gotten for that? We've gotten a decreasing enrollment. We've gotten lower test scores. And yet, what does our status quo governor propose? She proposes more of the same. Let's keep doing this. More reckless spending, less local control, and fewer options for schooling.
Reduce tuition for illegals.
I say that New Hampshire students deserve better than the status quo.
Yeah!
I have a Workers' First plan, and the goal of this plan is to make New Hampshire the #1 business state in the country. It is a set of proposals which will roll back regulation, roll back taxes, and incentivize companies to raise wages the right way, to hire more workers, and to move to our great state. It will get government out of the way of business.
That's right.
It'll stop interfering in the personal lives of business owners in this state.
Amen.
We will reinvigorate the small, family-owned, Main Street business that is the backbone of New Hampshire's economy.
That's it.
We are going to reduce regulation on farms, allowing for the sale of wholesome, natural products. Homer's a part of the Farm Bureau back there. So we will encourage those who have just given up on finding a rewarding career by expanding opportunities in the marketplace. We will create a safe harbor in New Hampshire for New Hampshire-based companies from the NSA by limiting the collection of metadata and pushing back on out-of-control spying on corporations and citizens. We will remove harmful regulations keeping entrepreneurs from new, prospering markets. We will extol the virtues of hard work and self-reliance. And we will keep the students we paid for to educate here in New Hampshire working, prospering, and giving back to the communities that gave so much to them. We are going to expand our workforce, and we are going to close the skills gap. We need to rebuild New Hampshire's manufacturing base, and we need to explode New Hampshire's startup community. The status quo is not working for New Hampshire.
No, it's not.
Let's get back on track by putting workers first. Woo!
Yeah.
Our state is going in the wrong direction, and our status quo governor is not willing to stand up to outside influences to change that. I am willing to do something about it. Woo! I have the courage and innovative ideas to take on our state's biggest challenges and to solve them. I ask for your support in this effort. I need your help. This is not something that I can do on my own, but it's going to take a lot of hands and a lot of hard work. In fact, there are 3 things tonight that I'd love for you to do. We're going to do a little show and tell here, okay? A little interactive speech. The first thing, when you came in tonight, we had a table set up. We were asking for your names and contact information. I can't overestimate how important it is, folks, that you take a few minutes, fill out the form. Even though you may know me, you know I have your email address or something like that, we need to start this out right. We need to be able to contact you. We want to be able to tell you about events. We want to tell you about things that are happening. Number 2, folks, this is a large campaign, and we're going to need all the financial resources that we can get. And I'm asking you tonight to consider writing a check tonight, right away. But mostly, I'd like to try something with you. Jeff mentioned in my introduction that I'm the founder of a company called Grassloot. And one of the things that we've developed at Grassloot with my 2 partners who are here tonight is the ability to text to donate. So I figure, why don't we do a live interactive demonstration? How many of you have smartphones? Give you a smartphone. Take them out. Take them out. Everybody take out your smartphone. Hold it up here. Hold it up. Hold it up. Let's hold it up. You can open up your text messaging application. Open up the text app. Okay? And you can type in this number, 603. This is real. You can do this. 603-317-5784. And text the number 5 to that number.
You have to repeat the number, you know. We got it.
603-317-5784. All right? 317-5784. And you'll be entered into our database, and you can complete the transaction there and submit some money to the campaign, okay? We can do it instantly. Part of what we're going to do as a campaign is we're going to introduce new technology into the Republican Party and into the state of New Hampshire. We're going to be offering technologies to candidates up and down the ticket. And see, this is not just a campaign for governor, this is a campaign for the state of New Hampshire. As your candidate for governor, we are going to work as hard as we can to make sure that we win as many executive councilor seats, as many state senate seats, as many state rep seats, and in fact, we want to be active at the local level. Tonight, actually, we have a couple of representatives who are going to be running for local state office. If you're running for state office, would you raise your hand? Or local office, I apologize, local office. Guys in the back, running for Bedford office. It is important that we start to be involved in our local communities, filling empty slots on committees and boards, working for open state rep spots. It is absolutely critical to the state of New Hampshire that we fill the ballot with quality representatives who can get elected. Folks, I can't thank you enough for coming out tonight. I can't tell you how energized I am by your coming tonight. And it's energizing, I think, for all to be here. We can absolutely win this seat. Do not let those who you talk to tell you, oh, Hemingway's a nice little guy, but he's never going to win. How many times has that been told in political history? A lot of times. Joe Kenny's raising his hand. You know, David and Goliath is a story remembered because David won. You're not going to hear me mention this often, but I have two children, Morgan and Connor. And they're the most important things to me in the entire world. They're 6 and 4. And what sort of state do they have to look forward to? Will they have jobs in our state when they're ready to go to work? This is why we fight. This is why there is no opportunity for surrender. This is why we must press on. This is why I am running for governor. And I'm asking you tonight to please, please support me in this. I look forward to meeting each one of you as we move forward. And I can't say again enough. Thank you so much for all that you've done.
Crop TV.